The fact that there is no transparency, no one is telling us what is going on. The fact that asking questions is wrong. We're not supposed to ask questions. We're not supposed to be curious. We just need to believe whatever they're telling us. The fact that slavery exists in this world and we're not doing much to actually change things. The fact that we're not allowed to be free, to be ourselves. We don't do the things that we want to do. We do what we need to do to survive. The fact that life is not easy. The fact that there's so much suffering in this world. The fact that there are many people in this world who are already tired, who can't even say that they are tired because we're not supposed to be honest. We're not supposed to be honest about how we feel, especially when we're suffering. I mean, when we're doing great, we're supposed to be honest about how we feel. In fact, people are going to clap hands for us. If we say, hey, things are going so well for us, people are going to clap hands for us. Congratulations. But if you say, hey, nothing is going well for me, I'm suffering here, people are going to say, oh, you're weak, you're weak. There are people who are suffering worse than you and they're not saying anything. You see, you speaking the truth about how you feel, if you're not feeling good, is complaining. That is considered complaining. If you don't feel good and you say, hey, I don't feel good, this is how I feel, I feel like things ain't going in my favor, no matter what I do, things don't seem to work, you're complaining. But if you say, hey, whatever I try to do, it works out, whatever I touch tends to go, brother, like everything is working out for me, people are gonna be clapping hands for you. The fact that we don't really love one another as people, we just love how we feel. We just love how other people make us feel. So we treat people who make us feel good. Like, oh, this person makes me feel good, so I want to be close to them so that I will feel good. Once they stop making us feel good, stay the fuck away from them. The fact that people who lie the most in this world are the people we trust the most. People who lie, people who don't want to be transparent, psychos. These are the people that we trust the most, and when they punish us for trusting them, we tell ourselves that every person is evil, instead of admitting to ourselves that we've just trusted the wrong people. All of that tells us that something is wrong. All of that tells us that something is off. The fact that most people who are on top are not helping those who are at the bottom tells you something about where we are. We are billionaires who don't give a shit about you. Like, that is scary. The fact that someone can be a billionaire but not try to help those who are at the bottom, those who need them, should tell you something. Do we really care about one another as people? Do we really care about one another as people? Or we are lying to ourselves. We're telling ourselves lies, and we are scared of the truth. When people tell us the truth, we demonize them. We want people to lie to us. We love those who are lying to us. We treat them well. We reward people for lying to us. Demonize people for telling us the truth. That should tell you something about where you are. It should be obvious to each and every sentient being that something is off. That should be obvious. I mean, if it's not obvious to you by now, I don't know, man. I don't know how to help you. Honestly, I have no idea what to do to actually help you. It's becoming more and more apparent that we are not having a positive experience. What is happening in this world is not good. To change things, we need to acknowledge what is going on without lying to ourselves. We shouldn't be afraid to feel uncomfortable. We shouldn't be afraid to feel pain. People are so afraid of pain that they would rather lie to themselves to avoid pain. No. The truth should matter to you more than anything else. You are having an experience. You need to know why you're having this experience. You are being told to do things that you don't really want to do. You need to know why you are doing these things that you don't really want to do. You can see that humans have been created to follow orders. We're supposed to follow orders. Our parents train us to follow orders. Hey, you gotta follow orders. This is what you gotta do. You're not supposed to be sovereign. You're not supposed to do what you really want to do, follow your own path. No. You're supposed to do what the people who are in power want you to do. If you don't obey, you suffer. Tell me that that's not slavery. Seriously, we need to be honest with ourselves about what is going on. We send our children to school. They don't really learn anything that actually help them deal with life. They're just trained to follow orders effectively, trained to obey. That's exactly what is happening. They're not supposed to ask questions. They're not supposed to express themselves. They're supposed to believe whatever they're being told, to take what they're being told as absolute truth without asking any questions. They'll be punished for asking questions. They'll be punished for questioning things. They'll be punished for expressing themselves. People are punished for expressing themselves. Of course, there will be excuses that will be used to justify punishing people for expressing themselves. But they will be punished. If you still think we're having a positive experience, you haven't been doing what you needed to be doing as a human. You've been following orders without asking any questions, doing what everyone else is doing. So you don't see that something is wrong. But people who want to be free, people who genuinely want to be free, people who value freedom, people who value autonomy, people who want the truth, who want to understand what is going on, know that something is not right. Because they've been doing what they needed to be doing. They weren't lying to themselves. They weren't believing in religions that do not make any sense in order to feel comfortable, in order to feel happy. They weren't believing lies in order to feel happy. It is scary how we are being manipulated. Isn't it obvious that we are being farmed? Like, we are being treated like farm animals, bro. We're not being treated the way that we know we deserve to be treated. But we think all of this is okay. We think that all of this makes sense. We're not being respected. See, we like to think that we're better than animals, but we don't complain when we're being treated like animals. We don't say anything when they say that we must follow the rules, even if the rules that we're supposed to follow don't even make sense to us. We don't ask questions when we're being told what to do by very few people who own everything. We don't ask questions. The fact that we're okay with this is scary, bro. Like, people are okay with this world that we've found ourselves in. They're okay with the way that things work in this world. People will shame you for not loving this world, for thinking that something is off. They will shame you. They will make you believe that there's something wrong with you. It will take time for you to actually realize that there was nothing wrong with you. You've been right all along. You were able to see things as they really are. A lot of people are just unconscious. So they expect each and every person to be unconscious. Like, being unconscious is normal in our society. So everyone must be unconscious. So if you are very conscious, they have to treat you like an outsider, because you don't belong in their tribe. So they have to treat you like an outsider. And you know how we are as humans. You know how we treat outsiders. We know how we treat people who live in a way that threatens our belief system, in a way that threatens our culture. We're going to treat them the same way that we treat our enemies. So people who think differently are not going to be treated very well in our society. They are going to suffer a lot, and they're not going to understand what they're suffering in the beginning, but they will understand later that, oh yeah, actually I'm suffering because I'm different. I view things differently. Um, I refuse to, you know, accept nonsense. I wanna, I wanna be free. I wanna know the truth. I want to follow my own path. I don't want to do what everyone else is doing. I believe that human beings should be free enough to follow their own path instead of doing what everyone else is doing. You know, people being forced to do what everyone else is doing is a sign that something is off. You're supposed to be free. You're supposed to follow your own path. You're supposed to discover your own truth. People shouldn't force you to believe things that don't make sense to you. People are forced to believe things that don't make sense to them. And that is okay in this world. We allow kids to be indoctrinated. Oh, that's okay. They should believe what we believe. Now, the people who are running the world don't even have to do anything anymore because we're doing their job, actually. We don't allow children to ask questions. We just tell them what they have told us, and that's it. So they don't need to really do anything. Like, we've made that job very easy. We've made things harder for ourselves and easier for them because we don't know how to free ourselves anymore. We don't know how to think rationally anymore. We don't know how to be ourselves anymore. We think there's something wrong with people who are themselves. There's something wrong with you. Why are you so different? We have judged people for being themselves, bruh. Laughed at people for being themselves. Laughed at people for being unique. I respect people who are themselves even when they're wrong. If I know that you're being yourself, even if you're wrong, I'll still respect you and hope that you start to see things as they really are. Because you being yourself is a sign that you are actually strong. You following orders is a sign that you are actually weak, especially if you don't want to follow orders. If you don't want to follow orders and you are following orders just because you want to survive, you want to get the things that you want, it means you're not really strong. It means that you're selling your soul. You are doing things that you do not want to do in order to get the things that you want. Because you feel like you can't live without these things. So you're like, hey, I'm going to do what I do not want to do in order to get the things that I want. You are lying just to get candy. You're lying for candy. You are abandoning yourself for candy. You're selling your soul for candy. Isn't it better to be real? Isn't it better to reveal yourself to the world so that it will reveal itself to you? So that you will see the truth. If the world is good, then if you reveal yourself to it, you realize that it is good. If the world is bad, if you reveal yourself to it, it will reveal itself to you and you realize that it's bad. And it will be much easier for you. It will be much easier for you to actually detach yourself. Like, it's not easy to detach yourself from something that you think might be good, but you're not sure. Like, if you were in a relationship with someone and something happened, maybe you guys broke up. If they were not good, but you still felt like they were good, it would be very hard for you to move on. Because you don't know if that person is good, right? You don't know if that person truly cares about you and You just did something wrong. You don't know. But if you knew the truth, like, oh, this person doesn't care about me, it'll be easy for you to move on. But for you to know if that person actually cares about you, you need to be real with them. You don't need to play games with them. You need to show them who you really are. They need to know how you really think, how you really feel, what your values are. You need to be yourself around them. See if they don't change. You reveal yourself to people, they're going to reveal themselves to you. That's how the world works. If you don't reveal yourself to the world, it won't reveal itself to you. So you still be attached to a lot of things in this world because you're not being real. So you're not seeing things as they really are. That's why people who are fake don't see things as they are. A lot of people who are fake don't see things as they are. They are being manipulated by the people that they follow, and they don't see that they're being manipulated. Why? Because they're fake. It's people who are real who are able to see things as they are. It's because they have revealed themselves to the world, and the world is revealing itself to them. See? So you must be honest. You must stop telling yourself lies, and the world is going to reveal itself to you. If you tell yourself lies, that's going to limit your growth. You're not going to grow if you're telling yourself lies. And what's scary is that because you'll be telling yourself lies, you're not going to realize what is going on. You're not going to realize when other people are manipulating you. What do you think is going to happen in the afterlife when you are dealing with entities that can do anything? When you're still allowing people to manipulate you in this realm because you are living in fear, you're scared, you're too scared to be yourself. You can see that there are a lot of things that are going on that are wrong. You're scared to speak out. You're scared to be real. You still want to be like this. Hey, how are you going to break free? Like, you're not going to free yourself, I'm telling you. If you're still living in fear, you are afraid to speak your mind, you are afraid to be real. You are afraid to tell people that, hey, this doesn't make any sense to me, bruh. Like, nah, I'm not going to do something that doesn't make any sense to me. Stop allowing fear to control you, all right? Be real, man. Be real. There's really no other way to free yourself other than you being real and being honest about everything that is going on. You being honest actually helps you become stronger. See, people who are too attached to things are people who are not honest. There's this guy that I had a conversation with maybe 2 months back. He is in a very toxic relationship. Like, the relationship is really not working. You say that no, the relationship is not working. He's trying to make it work, but it's not working. I remember asking him, why do you want it to work? And he was like, man, I believe that this woman is the love of my life, bro. And I realized that it's what he's telling himself that's making it hard for him to move on. That's making it hard for him to detach himself. He's telling himself that the lady is the love of his life, but what does that even mean? You just got too attached. Things weren't working out from the beginning, but you got attached because you were telling yourself lies. So people who are attached to this world are people who have been telling themselves lies about this world. If you realize that, it's the people who have been telling themselves lies about the world who are too attached to the world. People who are honest are not too attached to this world, bro. People who have been telling themselves the truth, they're not too attached to this world. They don't really uh, care if the truth doesn't make them feel comfortable. They're not going to hate anyone for telling them the truth. Even if they don't not feel good after hearing the truth. But people who are attached to this world will hate you for telling them the truth. They would rather convince themselves that you are evil in order to justify hating you for speaking the truth. Oh, that person is evil. That's why they speak like that. That person is controlled by demons. Or that person is crazy. It is obvious that something is off, bro. It is obvious. The fact that we don't even question why we have to eat animals that don't want to be eaten in order to survive in this realm, and they have to eat animals in order to. I mean, these animals be living in fear, bruh. We don't really care about their well-being. We just wanna eat them. Like, that's good. That's a good thing. It's crazy that some people will say it's my God-given right to treat these animals the way that I treat them. Yeah, but do you really think that that God who gave you the right to treat these animals the way that you're treating them is good? Think about it. Like, be honest. Be honest about what you are seeing. Stop telling yourself lies. You telling yourself lies is going to actually make you less conscious than you are. It's the lies that you're telling yourself that are making you less conscious. The more you tell yourself the truth, the more conscious you become, the more real you become, the stronger you become. See? The more authentic you become. You won't be very fearful anymore. You won't even be afraid of being judged by other people. It won't really matter what other people are saying about you. You won't really care anymore because you are becoming stronger. You're becoming more confident. You know that you've been doing what you need to be doing. But if you're telling yourself lies, it will get to a point where you are so used to your own lies that you don't know how to be authentic anymore. You are afraid to be authentic. You see, if you tell a lie and someone believes you, you're going to have to tell another lie so that they will continue to believe you. And then you tell another lie so that they will continue to, you know what I mean? But if you speak the truth, you'll always speak the truth. And you're going to see the truth. Because people are going to, respond to truth. Like, if you tell people the truth, they're going to respond to it. And they're going to respond in a way that will make you see what is actually going on. But if you lie, they're going to lie. That's how it works. If you tell the truth, people are going to tell you the truth, directly or indirectly. But if you're going to be real, I'm telling you, the world is going to reveal itself, directly or indirectly. But you will see the truth. So there mustn't be fear to actually stand for what is real. You do deserve to know. You are a conscious being who suffers in a world that you truly do not understand, where you are being forced to follow rules and do things that you do not want to do. All of that is wrong. All of that doesn't make sense. It's more logical to believe that there are beings that are more powerful than us, who want things to be this way, who don't want us to know the truth. Some people will say, hey, actually, there are beings that are guiding us. There are angels. We have guiding angels who are guiding us, blah, blah, blah. Why are they hiding from us? And why have they not told us something that actually allows to kind of like wake up? I mean, how long have they been with us? What have they really told us that can actually wake us up, that can actually make us realize what's up? What have they really told us? But like, hey, they showed me some numbers, or they showed me 1111. So what? They showed you 1111. You know, a bit. I love when Christians tell me that while they were praying, they had a vision of Jesus or an angel or something. Like, so what? Like, how does that even help you? Does that solve your problems? You're still broke. You still you're still unhappy. You're still sick. Has that solved any of your problems? No. There's no real communication about what is going on. There's no way that we're waking up without knowing what is going on. So if these beings that people believe in are not transparent, are not honest, they're just showing people numbers and that's it, it's not going to be easy for people to wake up. That's why I tell people that true enlightenment is a personal journey. It's like nothing else. You can't trust anyone. You can't trust anything else. It's your own journey. It's you should decide what really makes sense. But you must not. You must be real. You must not be fearful. You must not be, looking for approval. You must be real. You must be 100% real. That's how you awaken. Whatever you're going to discover the truth to be, I guess it will be the truth. If you are wrong, at least it's you who's wrong. You're not wrong because you were listening to people lying to you. At least you did the work that you needed to be doing. I'm telling you, you need to do the work. You are in a world that you do not understand, so you have to do the work that is necessary to free yourself. It's not like in this world that you don't understand, you're having fun, everything is working out, you don't have a problem, you don't see other people having, unnecessary problems, you don't see other people being mistreated, people living in poverty, some people being treated like slaves, some people being kidnapped. Like, there are a lot of things that are going on that just don't make sense. So you need to figure out what this is. Like, it is your job to actually figure out what this is. And time is running out. Think about it. You've been here for how long? What do you know? Don't you think that it would make sense if you knew some shit other than how to use a cell phone, how to go online, how to download a movie, how to type, how to drive? Like, bro, there are things that are really important that you should know that you do not know. You must understand that. You must always remember that there are things that you do not know that you should know. Like, that is important to always remind yourself. Because people believe that because they are not children anymore, they know more than what children know. But really, you know nothing that is actually important. You just know what you needed to know in order to survive, but that's it. what they want you to know in order to survive. That's it. You only know what they wanted you to know so that they'll be able to use you the way that they want to use you. They just trained you actually to be um, to be a worker. But you don't know what you need to know. You don't know how to free yourself. You don't even know how to be independent. You're part of this matrix, this self-serving system that has been designed to get the most energy from all of us without us, you know, having the power to say no, without us even realizing what is actually going on, without us having the desire to truly free ourselves. So things happen and people act like these things, make sense. Bad things happen, people act like these things make sense. I've realized that things are actually becoming more and more strange. Like if you didn't believe that this was a simulation, like this is the perfect time to actually think this might be a simulation. If you didn't believe that this is a dream, this is the perfect time to believe that it might be some kind of a dream. If you didn't believe that we are in a prison planet, this is a perfect time for you to be. Like things are becoming more and more strange. It's like watching a movie. Like being alive now is like watching a movie. In the beginning of the movie, you don't really know what's going on. You don't know who is who. But as the movie progresses, you're like, oh, now I see what's going on. Oh, now I see what this person is trying to do. Oh, now I see why this person did this at the beginning of the movie. Oh, I have an idea what is actually going on. It gets to a point where things become too messed up that the truth is obvious. This is where we're at. Like things are becoming more and more obvious. Like the truth cannot be kept away from us anymore. You know, that's why I laugh when I see that there's some people who are still ignorant. Like, how can you still be ignorant after all the things that we've seen? Like after all the things that we've seen so far, you still gonna remain ignorant. He's still gonna be like, hey, Jesus is gonna save me. And why should Jesus even play games with you if he really wants to save you? Think about it, man. If someone kidnapped a person that you love and you knew how to save that person, would you want to play games with them instead of saving them? I mean, if you have the power to actually save that person, you just save them without playing games with them, playing unnecessary games with them. Hey, Jesus is just testing me. Jesus is, yeah, dude, you don't even know Jesus. Like they know how you are as a human. They know that you were created to follow orders, but you must follow orders from people who are actually more powerful than you. Like you must take orders from people who are more powerful than you. So they gave you this being that seemed to be very powerful, that seemed to be very compassionate, like the ideal human that you can worship. And they told you that, hey, this ideal human has said that you must do this, you must follow him, you know what I mean? And you start to follow this because that's how you've been programmed. They know how you are as a human. You want to worship someone who's above you. someone who's better than you, someone who's more powerful than you. So they gave you Jesus. And you're like, oh, he's perfect. I love him. So I'm going to do whatever he says I must do. Even if he doesn't answer my prayers, I'm not going to be mad at him. I'm just going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue to listen to what he's saying. Even if it takes billions of years to come back, it's fine. I'm going to keep on worshiping him. That's how human beings are. They worship those who are more powerful than them. They are willing to do anything for those who are more powerful than them. That's how they've been programmed. That's why I was telling you that we were created to follow orders. We were created to take orders from those who are more powerful than us. That's why we are selfish. You see, if a person is not more powerful than me and they say that I must do something or they ask for my help, I might not even help them. I gave you this simple example. If someone like Beyonce asked for money from people, not even her fans, just people that know her, who don't really listen to her music, if she asks for money from people, they will give her. But if a person who has nothing, who's not very attractive, asks for money, it will be hard for them to get money. That's because we've been programmed to take orders from those who seem to be in a better situation than us. So we're supposed to listen to them. This Jesus that they gave you, he's privileged, right? He's the Son of God. He can perform some tricks. So you love him. That's the only reason why you love him. You don't love him because he's good. You don't love him because he loves you. That's not even the reason. Even if he didn't love you, you would love him. Even if he didn't treat you well, you would love him. You see? You pray and your prayers ain't answered, but you still love the dude. But if your boyfriend fails to do something for you, you mad at him forever. You don't even treat him well, Like, I love Jesus. No, you just programmed to love those that are above you, those that are privileged. That's how you are as a human. That sucks, but that's the truth. And a lot of people do not see that about themselves. We're created to take orders from people who are more powerful than us. You can see that no matter how hard we try to get rid of slavery, people willingly become slaves, bruh. People willingly become slaves. People are willing to work a job that they do not like just to get candy. Like, yeah, I don't love this job, but I want candy, so I'm gonna work. I'm gonna wake up and go to work, do something that I don't love doing. But why did we create a world where we'd have to do things that we do not want to do in order to survive? You might say, that was the only way for us to be able to protect ourselves, to be able to become more powerful. But nah, we could have been able to become powerful without really doing things that we do not want to do. We could have been able to become powerful enjoying our lives. It's not like human beings do not want to work. It's not like human beings don't want to stand together and do something together. They do. Human beings actually want to work. They want to do stuff together. The problem is that when they are being forced to do things that they do not want to do, it seems like they are lazy if they are unwilling. If you are being forced to go and work a job that you do not like, of course it's gonna seem like you're lazy and you don't want to work. But human beings want to do stuff. No human just want to sit like this and then they give you food, you eat, you sit like this, you don't even do anything. You are able to watch TikTok and control your phone with your mind, like literally do nothing. No human beings want to be like that. They want to do stuff, but they want to do the stuff that they want to do so that they do not feel like slaves. But we live in a world that is forcing people to be slaves in order to survive. And that is normal. Like, that is what's normal in our society. So, of course, people who are conscious are going to say that, hey, this ain't right. This ain't the kind of world that I would have agreed to, be part of, because something just doesn't seem right. I don't think that I'm taken seriously. I don't think that my autonomy is taken seriously. I don't think my thoughts, my feelings are taken seriously. I think someone above me is actually benefiting more than I'm benefiting. And that's how it's always been. The people that we work for are the ones who are actually making money. These are the people who are actually powerful, who might actually be enjoying their experience. But the people who are at the bottom, who doing things that are totally meaningless to them in order to survive, they're not really doing that well. They have a lot of problems, and society is not treating them well. They're not even making enough money to be able to get uh, the best, the best of the best of the things that they want. When they go to a hospital, they don't get the kind of medication that they want. When they go to a bank, they have to go to a bank that everyone goes to, so they have to queue. Their car doesn't, like, the car that doesn't really work well. It has too many problems. Like, their lives just suck. Don't live in a nice house. Like, something is off, and we need to be honest as people. We shouldn't be lying to ourselves. We shouldn't keep on pretending as if things are okay. It doesn't make you weak to express yourself about what is going on. It doesn't make you weak to be honest with yourself and to be honest with other people about what is going on. What makes you weak is keeping everything to yourself. That's what makes you weak, because you are afraid to be misunderstood. You're afraid of being rejected. You're afraid of people running away from you. So you're like, hey, I'd rather not say anything, because people might run away from me. People might judge me. People might think that there's something wrong with me. But we need to speak out. We need to be honest about our experience here. If we feel like something isn't right, we should be honest. We should be honest and should say, hey, I don't think that what is going on in this world is actually right. I don't think that I'm having a positive experience. I do not think that many people are having a positive experience. Something about this realm just seems off. We should be honest. There's no way we're fixing the problems that we have by lying to ourselves. The lies that we're telling ourselves are going to make things worse for us. They're not going to set us free. They're going to actually make things worse for us. So honesty is what's going to free us. So yeah, I appreciate people who are real, people who are not afraid to speak their minds, people who can handle the truth. These are the people that I believe are strong. These are the people that can change things. These are the game changers. not people who are living in fear, who believe that themselves to be strong because they are not talking about the messed up things that are going on. Nah, man. People are just living a lie. Thank you, guys.